afternoon from the Gallatin River in southwest Montana. My name's Curt Kruger. I am the Farbank rep in the Northern Rockies. I want to thank Yellow Dog Fly Fishing for hosting us today. I'm with Peter Knox, who is the lead rod designer for Sage on Bainbridge Island, and Chris Walker from Idaho Falls and Rio. Chris is the lead on all Rio fly line design. We are working today, talking, fishing, casting, a couple new lines for 2025, as well as a new fly rod from Sage called the R8 Classic.
I think the Classic is really at its best, casting like a size 16 dry fly to a rising trout. I designed this rod to be a really nice, smooth, a little bit slower paced rod that can really handle a variety of tasks. Think of like a PMD hatch, or maybe flavs, or maybe even some bigger mayflies, a green drake or a brown drake. The materials in this rod are really potent. They like to go through a deep bend and then just recover with a ton of energy and line speed, which lends itself to the rod being a little bit more versatile. The little extra power in this rod over its predecessor makes it a great rod for hopper, dropper. You know, if you want to throw a small streamer, you want to throw like a smaller nymph rig, great, like throw it on there. This rod brings a level of versatility to a medium action rod. It's for the type of person who wants to mellow out. Maybe they have a longer casting stroke, a slower casting stroke, but they still want some level of versatility to their medium action rod. This rod being a classic, I think, reminds me of a time maybe when fly fishing was a little bit simpler and you took one rod up the river. Like, that's what I want to do. We've got a nice little stream here. Let's just keep it simple.
Right. And it's got the beautiful classic Sage aesthetic. This rod is so noticeably lighter in hand than, say, the LL. And we're not talking about pounds, but just ounces. But is that a function of just the material you used, or is that the taper profile, the material, the resins, everything combined?
This R8 technology is a set of fibers that bring a level of durability, and these fibers really like to go through a bend. So it really lends itself to a medium action rod like this one that you want to be really nice and smooth. But it just recovers with that amount of energy that is pretty unbelievable, actually.
I've been really enthused with this rod. It plays close so well, but when you need to, say, fish at 45 to 50 or 55 feet, it's more than capable of doing that. Like, it's got power that you don't think it's going to have.
I think you hit the nail on the head that it's a one rod in a day type of tool. It certainly doesn't, it's not pigeonholed at just small dry flies. It's got enough power to turn over a little bit bigger fly. It's got enough power to fish different lines for different applications as well. A lot of those days on the Henry's Fork, it's dry fly only. For that, I really love the technical trout on this rod. If you want something more versatile, you could go to a gold. It's a few grains heavier, turns over a wider range of flies. If you really want the best in versatility, the Gold XP is great on this rod as well. That's a half size heavy, and that handles everything from a dry dropper to an indicator rig. You can lengthen out your leader and present a dry fly well as well.
And did going to a half line size heavy line on this rod, did it change the performance of the rod? Enhance it? Detract from it?
In my experience, it feels very similar. It's a similar action, similar casting stroke. You just have a little bit more power, a little bit more oomph from that line to turn over a bigger fly.
Come here, little buddy. Yellow Dog Fly Fishing, we have yellow dogs.
On brand.
Yeah, so that's it for now on the back of the truck. We're going to get in the river, do a little fishing.